Another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Before these new stories, I have an update for you on a previous news story which I reported earlier in the day today. I reported that there was an attack on Ethiopian territory from South Sudan in Surma Wareda of southwest region of Ethiopia, newly created region created last year. And it was being said that a gold mine in Surma Wareda was under the control of militias, fighters from South Sudan. We were waiting for official position of Ethiopian government. Now, southwest region's peace and security head Andinet Eshenafi has released a statement. You can see the man on your screen. He is head of southwest region's peace and security office. What is he saying? What happened? Firstly, he said that South Sudan's forces have not invaded southwest region of Ethiopia. Having said that, yes, there is conflict in border areas. South Sudan, southwest region, border areas, there is conflict between farmers. And there is conflict over water and green lands. And he says that regional and federal governments are trying to resolve the issue. But the report that South Sudan's forces have invaded Ethiopia is false. So in a way, he is indirectly confirming that there is conflict in border areas, but he is rejecting the news that South Sudan's forces are in Ethiopia. No mention of the gold mine. He did not say a word about gold mine. Is a gold mine in Surma under the control of fighters or militia members from South Sudan? No word on that. Now some new stories for you. First one is from Eritrea, where National Cycling Championship was held in Eritrea. Thousands attended this program and new stars emerged, cycling stars in Eritrea today. Second news story is also about Eritrea. In London, a fundraising event was held. Eritrean diaspora community participated there. Thirdly, TDF Generals were seen on DWTV. Migbe Halle was seen. Vadi Abate was seen. General Johannes was seen. What did they say? A third next story is from New York, where at Times Square people have protested against ethnic killings in Ethiopia, and an Ethiopian artist has cancelled her concert in Switzerland to show solidarity with the victims of Valaga massacre. Lastly, we have a new story from East Chava zone of Oromia, where an operation has been conducted against Oromo Liberation Army. Government forces are making some claims. Some pictures have also been shared by pro-government news sources. Firstly, viewers, Eritrea National Cycling Championship was held in Eritrea, and today the championship came to an end. New stars emerged in Eritrea today. In men elite road race, Mirhavi Kudos won this race. 171.1 kilometer long road race was won by Mirhavi Kudus, and international cycling star of Eritrea Nathaniel Tesfatsian finished at number 2. In women's elite and under 23 event, Mona Lisa Raya won the competitions. She won a 110 kilometer long road race as well. Important thing about today's event especially is that it was very well organized event. Thousands were there. You can see some pictures on your screen. You can see thousands of spectators who were there to witness this national cycling championship. Mirhavi Kudus is 2022 Eritrean National Cycling champion, and Mona Lisa Araya is Women's Cycling Champion of Eritrea for 2022. Abdul Salam Babikar, UN Special Rapporteur, a few days ago submitted a report on human rights situation in Eritrea, and he said that Eritrean forces were in search of Eritrean youth. Eritrean youth was in hiding, on the run, because the forces were detaining wherever they could, detaining these young men for military training. But thousands were seen, tens of thousands were seen today in Amhara, where this program was held. No detentions, no arrests, no action by any force to arrest these. And most of the spectators there, most of the persons who attended were young boys and girls. Eritrea is a cycling giant, you can say, in Africa. A few days ago, African Cycling Championship was held, and Eritrean cyclists dominated that event. Beniam Girme, Nathaniel Tesfatsian are now internationally known cyclists. And we could see more big names from Eritrea in cycling world in coming days. The way this event was held, it was very competitive event. Nathaniel Tesfatsian finished at number 2, and Mirhavi Kudus, an unknown cyclist so far at international level, he finished at number 1. It means that we could see more international cycling star from Eritrea in coming days. Next news story is also from Eritrea. A fundraising event was held in London today. The program was organized at Kennington Park, London. It was annual sports day, which was basically a fundraising event. Funds were raised for Eritrean disabled war veterans. In a previous video 2 days ago, we shared information about Eritrean government's efforts to take care of families of martyrs who were killed decades ago during struggle for independence. And Eritrean government takes pride that it is still providing financial assistance to the families of martyrs who were killed decades ago. And fundraising events are held not only for martyrs' families, but also for war veterans, disabled veterans as well. And one of such events was held in London. Next news story from Tigray viewers. TDF Generals were seen on DW TV today. We saw General Migbe Haile, General Johannes was seen there too. Wadi Abate, Bijine spoke as well. TDF Generals appeared on DW TV in connection with ceremonies, programs being organized in Tigray to commemorate Operation Elula. Tigray government, TDF, is of this position that it was due to Operation Elula launched last year that Ethiopian, Eritrean regional forces had to retreat from Tigray. Operation Elula was launched on the 18th of June 2021, and on the 28th of June, I think 2021, Mekelle was under the control of Tigray Defense Force. ENDF had left Mekelle. So Tigray Generals, they claim that it was due to Operation Elula that EDF suffered heavy losses and they had to retreat. If you ask me, the retreat was not just because of Operation Elula. I think Ethiopian, Eritrean governments, especially Ethiopian government, made a decision to withdraw from Tigray. Operation Elula inflicted heavy losses on withdrawing Ethiopian National Defense Force. And most of the brunt of this operation, Operation Elula, targeted ENDF, not EDF. When EDF and ENDF were withdrawing from Tigray, we did not see any major attacks on Eritrean Defense Force. Almost all attacks were carried out on retreating Ethiopian National Defense Force. Yes, it did suffer heavy losses, but we cannot say that it was just because of Operation Elula that ENDF and Eritrean Defense Force had to retreat from Tigray. Having said that, ENDF and EDF tried their best to eliminate Tigray Defense Force, but they could not. TDF withdrew from cities, towns, Mekelle, Axom, Shire, Adwa, Humera. But TDF remained in control of central Tigray. Despite several attempts, EDF and ENDF could not breach the defenses of Tigray Defense Force in central Tigray. Central Tigray was the stronghold of Tigray Defense Force. Ultimately, Ethiopian government made a decision to retreat from Tigray, and during withdrawal, ENDF suffered heavy losses. This operation was underway. Before that, we saw Siom Mesfin operation as well, launched by Tigray Defense Force. Siom Mesfin, former foreign minister of Ethiopia, a Tigrayan, I think he was killed in this conflict, and in his memory, Tigray forces launched an operation when ENDF and EDF were in Tigray last year. So the ceremonies are being organized in Tigray to commemorate the sacrifices, the bravery of Tigray Defense Force in Operation Elula, launched in June 2021. Next news story is from New York, viewers. We know that Ethiopian diaspora community, especially Amhara diaspora community, has been protesting in the US, in Europe, in Canada, after Ethiopian government launched an operation in the Amhara region of Ethiopia against Fano militia. I am Fano. global campaign was launched by diaspora community. And after Vellaga massacre, these demonstrations have intensified. Candlelight vigils are being organized by diaspora community. One such program was held at Times Square in New York. Watch this clip from Times Square in New York, then next news story. Next story is about an Ethiopian artist who cancelled her concert to show solidarity with the victims of Valaga massacre. Name of the artist is Hamelmal Abate. She is a pop singer. She was due to perform in Switzerland, Lausanne, Switzerland, but she cancelled her concert to show solidarity with Valaga victims. She provided financial assistance last year for IDPs as well, I remember. She announced donation of 1 million Ethiopian birds for displaced people after Tigray Defense Force launched operation in Amhara far regions last year. And she donated her house as quarantine center for COVID-19 patients last year. So she is known for charity work, and now she has cancelled her concert in the memory of those who were killed in Valaga. Lastly was last story is about ongoing operation against Oromo Liberation Army. After Valaga massacre, Ethiopian government announced the start of a new operation against those involved in Valaga. Since then, we have seen new deployments, new operation against OLA. The government-backed news sources today shared some pictures, very graphic pictures. I cannot show you the pictures. The pictures show some killed fighters, and government-backed sources say that these are OLA fighters. 9 have been killed in an operation. The operation was conducted in East Shiva zone of Oromia, Bora, Wareza, East Shiva zone, where a joint operation was conducted involving several security forces. Shootout happened between OLA and government forces, and at least 9 OLA members have been killed. Pictures have been shared as well by government-backed news sources. Thanks for watching.